On your left.
Fuck, man, yo, man, dog, man. Come on, bruh.
Man, you gotta hit those shots, man.
Man, shut your stupid ass up. Who's you talking to, bro? Shut your nerd ass up, bro. I know how to play this game. Shut up, monkey. Shut up. Shut your bitch ass up. Alright? Alright?
You're at the bar.
Alright?
Calm down.
Damn, bro, shut up, bro. I know how to play this game. I'm not a noob, alright? God
Obviously, you
damn.
don't know how to play the fucking game. 'Cause
What?
you suck ass.
What, bitch? Bitch? Is a bitch talking to me? Is a female talking to me? Am I, no, am I tripping? Am I tripping? Oh, wait, time out. Is a female talking to me right now? Is a fucking female talking to me? Get off the fucking game and do your husband dishes, bitch. Shut up. Fuck you. Fuck is wrong with y'all? Stop talking to me like that.
The clip you just heard highlights an issue that has always been present within video game culture, but has recently been surfacing en masse on platforms like Twitch and Twitter. I'm talking about misogyny. While I won't be disclosing who the intro clip belongs to, so as not to bring more publicity towards them, I will tell you that this individual's comments are not an isolated incident. Hello everyone, my name's Kay. In the words of Nicki Minaj, we're back again. I grew up being hooked on the internet. Hours of scrolling through Tumblr blogs, binging YouTube videos, and playing video games has given me a front row seat to what it's like to be a woman on the internet. While my disinterest for online multiplayer games spared younger me from the throngs of ruthless sexism and misogyny, it wasn't hard to notice these things from an outsider's perspective. Looking back to the past, I think the largest thing I notice is the lack of female representation that I witnessed within the video game industry. I'm sure I would have seen a lot of harsher treatment and ridicule of women if I had been drawn towards first-person shooters, but instead, 12-year-old me was only watching men play Minecraft and puzzle games on YouTube, and not really questioning why I couldn't readily find female content creators in this subgenre. I find the lack of representation of females within the gaming industry is less blatant misogyny than it is a setback that women deal with in every aspect of any career industry. But it's also integral in explaining some of the misogyny that we see today. Keyword there is explaining, seeing as there's no excuse for misogyny. Women, while not entirely new to the gaming scene or industry, have gained a much larger place among it over the past 20 to 30 years, especially in esports. The first female esports player, Maria Krevling, gained her spot as a League of Legends pro in 2013, not even a decade ago. In 2018, Kim Si-yoon and Madison Mann were signed to Overwatch and Fortnite pro teams, respectively. These dates are all fairly recent and highlight the fact that women are just now gaining the most traction they ever had in gaming, in first-person shooter games in particular. While I can't tell you the exact reason for misogynistic tendencies, I guess that with the increase of women within games like Fortnite, Overwatch, and VALORANT, some men who were once a part of this boys-only club feel threatened by the encroachment of the other gender and lash out against them. Straying slightly away from first-person shooters, I want to bring up a hate raid that Pokimane received in January. Poki is the most followed female Twitch streamer with 9 million followers and streams a variety of games as well as just chatting. During a stream in January, Poki was raided by another Twitch streamer, Gideon. Gideon's chat spammed hateful and harmful messages as well as indirectly messaged fans of Poki just to harass them. Poki ended her stream early because of this in order to try to protect herself and her fans. After the hate raid, the internet became critical of Gideon and his actions, calling him misogynistic and a harasser, and subsequently having his Twitch channel permanently terminated. In rebuttal of his persistence that he was not harassing Poki in any way, Poki tweeted a list detailing all of the events that led up to the hate raid, which included making YouTube videos about her, making extremely sexual comments about her, and telling her fans, quote, "If you're from Poki's chat and you have a penis, I'm gonna tell you right now, she's not gonna fuck you," unquote. All of these comments and actions are highly inappropriate and do qualify as misogynistic, which again, Gideon denied that he was. After a conversation between Gideon and Ludwig, in which the latter explained how his actions were harmful and made him look like he hated women, Gideon apologized and he and Poki have moved past the situation. This event marks the beginning of what I like to call the rise in misogynists. Despite me continuing to be chronically online, I'm unsure if misogyny within gaming has been getting worse or if there's simply more light being shed upon it through mediums like Twitter and TikTok. Regardless of the answer, I feel as if I've been bombarded by TikToks of women being harassed in Valorant lobbies and matches more every day. One TikTok in particular that I viewed that spurred a lot of this video came from GingerOP_. The video has since been taken down. I won't be playing the video or the audio due to the graphic nature of it, but I will briefly summarize the content. In the video, a male player on Ginger OP's team is repeatedly stating that he's going to sexually assault her, referring to her as degrading sexual terms and reducing her existence to one that is simply for pleasing men. Though I haven't seen any TikToks or tweets that show misogyny within an FPS to this extent, all of the videos or accounts of these situations show beratement of women for simply playing a game. And this doesn't even cover the queue dodging. In FPS games, there's a queue before you get to play the game. This allows time for every player to connect properly and is the period where you choose which character you want to play as. Once you're queued, the only way you can leave is by dodging. Dodging entails closing the whole program before entering into the main game, which can sometimes lead to penalties on a player's account. I'm not going to go into what all of the penalties are, but if you would like to read about them for yourself, I will link the Riot game penalties FAQ in the description. Because I'm still not super big on playing FPS games, I'm not too sure what an estimated rate of queue dodging is. If a person played 10 games of Valorant, I could not provide a number that correlates to how many of those games would have a dodger in them. Although Riot did release a statement in an FAQ that reveals over 50% of queue dodgers are carried out by 2% of Valorant players. To make this easier to understand math-wise, say there are 100 dodged Valorant games and 100 players. 2 of those players are dodging 50 games together, or dodging 25 games apiece. So 2 players would individually be dodging 25 games out of 100. Again, I will link this FAQ in the description. Riot didn't give any further breakdown of the types of individuals who dodge the most, but maybe it wouldn't be too far-fetched to believe that it's men. With a higher number of men within the player base and individuals like Jason R., who we'll discuss in a second, it's easy to hypothesize that men are perpetrators at large for queue dodging. One of the most chronic queue dodgers in Valorant is Jason R. Jason's an ex-pro Counter-Strike player and currently streams on Twitch. Jason has been called out for years for queue dodging when he knows or suspects a woman is playing on his team. He manipulated his audience into thinking that his game crashed or that his internet lagged, so he did not appear to be dodging. When allegations began to get more intense around February of this year, Jason finally caved and admitted to dodging games with women out of respect for his wife. This reasoning caused more outrage and criticism amongst the gaming community. 2 very outspoken individuals on this situation were QT Cinderella and Ludwig. QT pointed out that while he was respecting his wife by not playing video games with women, he was also liking pictures on Twitter of scantily clad ladies. And Ludwig highlighted the fact that it wasn't just Jason acting aversively towards women. His girlfriend was as well. In a screen clip from Jason's chat between a banned viewer and a moderator on Jason's channel, it's hinted that his girlfriend might have something to do with all the women being banned in the chat. Further, chat logs of his girlfriend, Steph, show degrading messages she has sent in reference to another woman, calling her a, quote, cum dumpster, and saying she has, quote, fucked everyone. In many cases of misogyny, men are primary perpetrators, but that doesn't mean that women can't be misogynistic as well. Case in point, Steph. Her chat logs and her need for women to be banned from Jason's chat show that she is also complicit in these misogynistic acts, and not simply a bystander watching her husband avoid women like the plague. Jason has since put out an apology stating that he will no longer try to avoid these types of online situations. The situation surrounding Jason came about due to intrinsically misogynistic ideals and insecurity within his own relationship. But many of the situations I discussed before surrounding Valorant are usually chalked up to a joke by men. I don't know about all of you, but I don't think I've ever used harmful stereotypes backed by decades of generational oppression as a joke. People also justify this behavior by acknowledging that other FPS games have been this toxic for years, calling those who complain about misogyny within the game, quote, whiny. If you're one of these people, I don't think my point could hit you in the face hard enough for you to understand it. By using the knowledge that other FPS games are just as bad in terms of toxicity as Valorant as a point to why the same toxicity should be okay, does not acknowledge the full argument whatsoever. That women are tired of having misogyny thrown in their faces in spaces that they are trying to have fun in. The culture of "it's just a joke, bro," and "it's this bad everywhere" is perpetuated when no one tells these people that they are in the wrong. Twitter users showcase a few Valorant streamers who call out misogynistic hate speech such as Puns and Kaidi, and a few others who I could not find clips of. The few events I've talked about are bubbling up and causing massive waves on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and most other social media platforms. Within the past week, I've seen the word misogyny be thrown around multiple times a day. And while it's important to keep talking about misogyny within gaming, it's important that we aren't using it as a label for every mistake that gets made, unless we want to devalue the impact actual misogyny has on video game communities. Calling out real misogyny and letting others know that these actions aren't tolerated is the first step towards making gaming as inclusive as it should be. Thank you guys so much for watching and for putting up with me not putting out videos for the past few months. I've been a little bit burnt out, but I've had this video scripted for a while and I really wanted to get it out there, and also it probably took me a good bit to learn how to edit the way that this is edited. So thank you guys for hanging in there, sticking with me. I like to have good discussions with you guys and hear what you guys have to say, so definitely tell me down in the comments below, and hopefully we can put out more high quality videos like this. So thank you again for watching, have a good day, I'll see you later.